Hello again, everyone. Mark Hackle, Macomb County Executive, Deputy John Paul Ray. You know, just a couple updates on a few things that are going on right now. We got an announcement of some of the vaccinations we got, some of the doses. But one of the ones we got was this Johnson & Johnson. And it's a one dose, one opportunity, and again, one shot. They don't need to get multiple shots. What a tremendous opportunity is for us, and I say it for this reason. Our health department is going to be working starting this weekend to finish up congregative care that should have been a part of 1A. Somewhere along the way, I guess the relationships and the contacts on behalf of some of the pharmacies to reach out to them wasn't done, and this is probably challenged throughout the state with some of these other congregative care and nursing homes. They were kind of left out there without somebody getting to them, and so we're going to be able to take care of that. So as a health department, we're going after those nursing homes, congregative care. There's probably about 5,500 people in those facilities right now, both people that are obviously residents and people that work there that need to be taken care of. And so with that, our health department has put a plan together, and within the next 2 weeks, they're going to be getting to all the congregative care and all the nursing homes here in Macomb County, and we're going to be able to get to people that are pretty much unable to get out of their homes. We're going to be able to figure out a solution for them as well. So Johnson & Johnson could be very helpful in that regard, and credit to the health department for making that happen.
Mark, it's another productive step in the response to COVID. With the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, gives us a little bit more ability, gives us, again, an increased dosage that we can get out to those priority groups, whether it's going all the way back to 1A, and as we look in phasing in other groups, where some of those announcements have been coming in through the state this week too.
Yeah, and one of those announcements was obviously opening it up to people 50 and older. You know, we welcome opening it up to whatever categories, whether it's occupations, age groups, but we need to make sure we have the doses to support that. That's not the case. So we don't want people to get this impression, you know, the fact that, you know, you're 50 and older, maybe have an underlying health issue, that you're going to sign up and that you're going to be able to go ahead and get, you know, a vaccine or get vaccinated right away. There's still a lot of other people that are waiting on lists. And again, I encourage everyone to get on a list and call in on Tuesdays, wherever they can kind of find an avenue. Get a hold of your doctor, get a hold of the hospitals, because they're getting a tremendous amount of vaccine as well. Reach out to find out where you can get it. Why I'm saying that is because there's a limited amount of doses, yet there's a tremendous, you know, I guess if you will, demand that's still been created, and now more added to that demand being 50 and older. And I don't know how many times I have to say this, and I express this. We need to focus on the data science. We should be still focusing on dealing with our senior population, 60 years of age and older. They're the ones 90% of the deaths are attributed to. We are, in fact, doing that. Here in Macomb County, we've been directing a lot of our dosage to the senior population because I think they got kind of a disadvantage, unfair advantage of trying to get in to begin with, and now they're competing with people far younger that are less susceptible to dying if they get the COVID virus. So demand's been created, supply is limited, we don't know when the supplies are really coming. We're being hopeful, we'll do what we're told, we'll try to get as much out as we can, but we're getting, again, limited doses for the demand that's been created.
Mark, you talk about the demand. We've also discussed candidly the frustrations as individuals are trying to say, hey, where do I access this? What do I do? Again, we want to encourage everyone to go to macombgov.org. You can click the COVID Vaccination Central link. It'll illustrate all the eligible providers that are in our community and how to get on lists throughout the community, whether it is through a pharmacy, whether it is through an eligible provider, and even the smart wait list for the 60-plus population. We've expanded those sites, obviously with Richmond Lennox EMS, obviously with the Sterling Heights site too, and we continue to see those commercial entities on the pharmacy side and also on the grocery side that are expanding their options as federal doses come in more and more, and now phasing in of the Johnson & Johnson. These are going to alleviate those demands that we see throughout the community, but we still understand that there's going to be barriers, whether it's someone understanding which site should I go to, what number should I go to, and everything. Again, macombgov.org, your most trusted source for information here in Macomb County. And again, we're still continuing the daily modernizations of our system, whether it's from the appointment side or whether it's from the citizen engagement side too.
Yeah, 65% of our doses we are getting out to our senior population. We made a commitment to doing that early on. We're continuing that through obviously avenues, whether it's through Myers and now obviously the smart system that we have. And you know, as JP had mentioned, on our website, macombgov.org, there is an icon you can click on. It's smart. Just click on the smart icon to get somebody registered. If you happen to be a senior, 60 years of age and older, register yourself. Again, we're moving through that process rather quickly. So whether you need a ride or don't need a ride, sign up on that list because SMART can provide the ride if you need it. And if you don't need it, they're going to tell you where to go to. In 2 locations so far we've selected, Richmond Lennox up in the Richmond area, and in Sterling Heights. We've got their senior center, activity center over there set up for this as well. So if you know a senior, and they have troubles kind of logging on or getting on that list, please do it for them. This is specific to seniors here in Macomb County, and it's been an incredible process. And I got to believe we are probably one of the only counties that is really pushing more of the senior doses out to seniors to try to get them vaccinated. And as I say, 65% of the doses we have are going out to our seniors. And I think we're going to get to a point where we're pretty much going to get through many of them. And then hopefully open it up to the others that we still are opening it up to, but with a limited amount of doses. That's why we keep telling people, go to every access point and opportunity you can, specifically the hospitals and the pharmacies.
Mark, and the other thing is through our emergency management team, obviously through our health department team, we've already engaged our local communities with additional sites that are going to be deployed dependent on priority groups, population groups, eligibility requirements, and also any of those other metrics that the state is bringing down here as we have our continued partnerships and conversations with DHHS on a weekly basis. We are in tune to all of these regulations, and we are adapting the system on a day in, day out basis to ensure those doses go out to the most effective way possible to the residents across our community.
Yeah, so you can log on, find out what the eligibility list looks like and what has been provided by the state. We're following those guidelines. Again, trying to make sure we're caring for our seniors, probably more so. With that being said, we still are allowing people to go ahead and sign up and to get vaccinated. We know shortly we're going to be opening up our list next Tuesday for an extended period of time where people can actually sign up for actual appointments, because as we say here in Macomb County, people we know would rather be on a schedule as opposed to being on a list. And so we're going to continue to schedule appointments moving out, and we think we have a system in play that might even help take us further on down the road for people to do just that. So it's going to be a very robust system that we're looking at. That's still to be determined. We've got a lot of conversations on the financial side of that cost, as well as working through the Board of Commissioners. So, but with that, credit to our health department being very creative, trying to find a way to help our congregative care and our nursing homes. We know we've got the solution, and within 2 weeks we think we're going to be able to take care of all the ones here in Macomb County. We know there are probably still some out there left throughout the state, but we're picking up that ball and we're running with it. So credit to the health department to make that happen on behalf of our seniors here in Macomb County. And so, with that, or on that note, on behalf of JP, myself, and everyone else here in Macomb County, I'm going to continue to remind you to keep you and your family safe.